Hello everyone, it's about 5:38 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, February 21st, and we have another live trading video from Trader Jim. I'm not going to do this in this video, but I'm going to make a separate video, and I want to show you how I draw my zones, which is the numbers arrive very, very close to Jim's, and I also want to share with you an indicator. I'm going to plot it right now. Anyway, this indicator is easier to see on this 987 tick chart. Plots zones, and these zones are also very close to my calculations and Trader Jim's calculations. That you can see how they worked out today, and I'm going to share with you what this indicator is, and I'm going to do that in a separate video. Also wanted to point out that today's range, the high was around 96.05 or so, and the low for the regular session was 94.12. So that's roughly almost 200 points. It's 800 ticks in the NASDAQ. Just a huge day. Anyway, do check out my separate video on how to make zones and employ Trader Jim's method of, zone rejection and zone completion and tests and so forth. I'm going to have a whole video on how to do this. Let's take a look at Trader Jim's video for Friday.
February 20th, about 2 hours after Globex Open, a short on a 987 Hakinashi. This one, the usual Hakinashi template, trading one contract, targeting 50 points. And the idea here is that a break of 95.95 should take us toward 95.30, so that should give me enough room for the 50-point target. Well, the trade is progressing nicely. I'm just going to let the Autotrader manage it for the night, see where we are tomorrow morning. I fully expect the 95.30 area to be tested sometime between now and tomorrow. Well, a bit after 6 a.m. And Autotrader hits its target a few hours back, 50 points, closes the trade out. Beautiful, smooth work, pretty much without any heat on this trade, just a little bit in the beginning, but then smooth sailing down. Looks like they came a bit short of 30, so this just means they're going to go back to 95. My son wants to trade again today, so we'll see if I can convince him to do any kind of night reading this time.
Looking for a confirmation short a few minutes before the open, with the idea that 95.95 is not going to hold and they should move toward 95.30. Gonna put my stop at break even. If they take me out, gonna keep shorts on. Testing 95.30 from underbelly, looking for a short upon confirmation. If they are weak enough, they will not be able to get to 30.
21st, 3 p.m. and they're just looking back on this day. Wow, I mean, from the beginning, by 8 o'clock, by 8 a.m., it was obvious already. There was just no way to hope for anything on a long side. This all looks bad. They just tested the 95 area from underneath, and it absolutely no legs. So it was just, so my son and I agreed on just pick shorts, wait for zones to be tested from underneath, and take a short. So from what I understand, we'll take a look at those trades in a minute. It looks like first he took a short upon a test from underneath of the 95 area, and then a test from underneath of the 95.30 area. Then of course they broke down even below the 46, the 94.60, but at this point I'm not gonna trade. So just if we take a look, let's move this aside. So looks like first trade here. So price went underneath 95, came back up, and the short was at 98. Again, I would prefer for it to be slightly lower, but all right, 98 is not bad. But the gutsy thing is, looks like it took it at 928. So right 2 minutes before market open, pretty gutsy. So looks like profit on half a position and then break even on the second half. I guess he kept the shorts on, and our trader qualified another short trade over here. Took some heat, triple top, rejected, and hit the first target, and that template was done. By the way, what I think you didn't notice is that there was $100 positive slippage here, which is I guess it was a very sharp move lower, because as you can see, 600, and this template calls for 5. So that was interesting. All right, let's move to the other one. So looks like the next trade was a retracement back to 95.30. They got as high as 95.2475, looks like, which is, I guess, is close enough. Again, in a weak market, they very often cannot actually touch the zone. So it was a legitimate long short trade. Our trader qualifies a short over here. Again, just a little bit of heat, but then first target and second target, and was done. So well done overall, really well done. And then the overnight 987 Hakinashi. Same exact idea last night. So upon a failure at 95, and then the coming back into it, and then the other trader qualifies a short trade with an offset, takes a short, and took some heat again here. He tried to pretty much for a double top here, and then straight down, and looks like by around 2 a.m. this trade was complete. So I mean, I guess overall everything should start getting really clear. I do the same thing over and over again. I'm not doing anything that should be shocking, right? So once the zone is broken, I expect a retest from underneath, and then see how the market reacts to it. So a test from underneath and failure, then a test from underneath and failure, and now there was a test. Well, they broke the 60 pretty much without any kind of consolidation, and they couldn't even retest it, at least so far. It's just weak. It's just all weak. You know, a strong market does not have to reach the zone underneath, and a weak market does not have to reach a zone overhead, and it's just been all weak. We agreed earlier on in the morning that it should be just shorts only. I did not see anything here to me that read anything on the long side. And again, it all started with what? With this failure over here. Just could not reach that zone. Then the power of this inability to reach it. So, all right, that's all for this week. I'm going to give new zones next week. Enjoy, everyone.